because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Razaban IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to have with me heavyweight contender Tommy Welch. Tommy, good to see you, my man. It's hot.
It's boiling, you know. I've got my swim shorts on. I'm ready to have a little dive in the sea. So
Yeah, let's not do that just yet, mate. You've got a fight on Saturday night first.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, business time now. As beautiful it is, we've got a job to do.
Speak to a member of your team there. Third fight of the year. It's only May, so being quite active already in 2023.
Second fight this year.
Not third.
Had one in February. Yeah, and this one here. Yeah.
Second fight.
Yeah. You nearly got me then. Yeah, trying to be as active as I can. You know, have opportunities like this, I'll fight every week.
You know, what is that difference? How does a fighter, we see this kind of the influencer scene now where all these fighters have massive following and stuff like that. Eddie Hearn's spoken about it vocally about, you know, fighters need to create their own brand. Do you think times have changed for fighters now? You have to bring almost something to the table other than being able to fight?
I mean, I've grown up in this generation, I guess, so it's all we're seeing now. So, I mean, even when AJ come through, you know, he created that hype around him. So, and he was fighting. But I mean, yeah, you've always got to market yourself. That's always been part of the game. You know, if you don't market yourself, who knows you? You know, who's going to tune in and watch you? Who's going to come out? Even back in the olden days, they were still promoting it somehow. You know, so it is about yourself, and you have to build yourself up. So the YouTubers and that already have a big base, and they're just jumping into a game where people are interested to watch what they're doing. So it's what it is, really.
Massive platform Saturday night on Sky Sports. Is that almost kind of the plan for you to impress and you know, gather yourself some limelight and people like Ben Shalom and others will be able to see on a mass scale?
I mean, this is the exposure I've dreamt about. These are the shows I've dreamt about. I've manifested in my head, you know, and we've all worked as a team collectively to get here. And once this opportunity has come along, you know, I've been desperate to get on one of these shows. You know, got myself to a good stage in the background, and now we're ready to push forward on this limelight, on the biggest channel in sports in England. So it's a real honour to be here.
You come from a fighting background. Obviously, your father was a professional fighter, former British champion as well. Surely you want to go one beyond that as well and take yourself all the way to the very, very top of the game.
I mean, he got to the top. He didn't conquer the top. He was British, Commonwealth. He done everything at a lower level. And then when he pushed on to the world title, it didn't happen. He had a real awkward opponent in front of him, and he didn't. His game plan wasn't right for the night, you know. But it is what it is. For me, he's instilling everything I need to get to the first steps, which are the British level, and then push on to show, you know, where we can get to. Perhaps what he never done in his career, he's going to give to me in mine, you know. So yeah, I can't be guided by anyone better than that. So
you say you can't be guided by anyone better than him. He was obviously in great company himself. I know you had quite a good relationship with Mike Tyson as well. You know, arguably one of the greatest heavyweights of all time at 5'10". So he's coming with a lot of experience, and surely that can only be valuable for you.
I mean, my dad's brought me around every fighter in the game. The names I could list. You haven't got that much time. Do you know what I mean? So the experience I've grown up around is like, you know, so valuable. You know, that's even listen to their conversations growing up as kids. You know, how they got there, what they done to get there, their fights, their lifestyle. You know, and I've seen the rise and the fall just from hearing stories. But yeah, no, I'm in a good position.
Tommy, the current heavyweight division in Joshua Tyson, Fury, Alexander Usyk, Deontay Wilder, Dylan White. Let's not shy away. They've probably got 18 months, 24 months left in the game. Let's be really honest. Usyk says he wants 2 or 3 more fights maximum. So are you want to get there and build your name, because we're going to look for that next crop of heavyweights come through. We see Fabio Wardley coming through from a white collar background, become a British champion. You got the Fraser Clarks, you got David Adelaide. Do you want to mix yourself in with those individuals, so when those top heavyweights finally do retire and walk out of the game, then you're next?
Absolutely, I wouldn't be wasting my time otherwise. It's a hard game, it ain't easy, you know. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. This game is horrible, you know, and that's why we're here. I want to be course, you know. Like you're saying, if people from white collar backgrounds can get in there and win a British title, why can't I? I'm here, I'm ready to go. I believe in myself. I believe I'm one of the best out there, in my opinion. I believe it, I'll achieve it. It's up here.
I know you were out in America, spent some time with Malik Scott, Deontay Wilder. Do you manage to get any rounds in with Deontay?
I got asked that yesterday. Unfortunately, he got nicked over a gun charge, so he was out of the question, really, but I would have loved to. Just to sort of feel the energy, even if it was for 1 round, you know. Like I just said in another interview, I respect Deontay. Really, really, I highly favour him because of his gameness, and his explosiveness and his horribleness. When he gets in that ring, it's daunting, you know, to sit and watch that aggression come out. It reminds me a little bit of how I fight, you know, and what he brings, I want to bring, you know. He's there, and it's either kill or be killed for him, you know, and I respect that highly. Out of all the fighters, you know, if you bring that to the table, you deserve everything, really, because that's the main part of the game.
I saw an image of yourself in the gym with Roy Jones Jr., another great fighter as well. So you're not short of having good people around you. Did you do any kind of coaching with him? Did he take you on the pads? Did he teach you anything that you could tell us?
Just going back to Malik Scott, what a cool guy. Yeah, he was a real slick guy. I liked his style when I used to watch him. And things that he lacked is now given as well in his training methods, and I like working with him a lot, you know, and hopefully we're going to get some more work alongside my dad, alongside Ben, alongside my cousin, and we'll be mixing Malik in as well, you never know, you know. So Roy Jones, yeah, we've done some pads, we've done some movement. He's a slick dude as well. He's got the footwork, he's got the moves, and he's got the chat, you know. The guy he's a legend, man.
Also saw a famous picture of yourself on a private jet with Conor McGregor. You're not, like I said, you're around some big players, Tommy. What was that just fun and games with Conor on a plane, flying around the world and enjoying a bit of time?
I've got a very exciting kid in the camp with me as well. Tiernan Bradley, he was in camp with Floyd, in camp with McGregor for the Floyd fight. He was there for 8 weeks. They trained together, they bled together. The relationship between them two is fantastic. We was in LA, we dropped them a little message. Of course, listen, any of my opponents or sparring partners that I've spent time fighting, there's always going to be love there for them, yeah, because we know how hard the game is, you know, and it's a different sort of friendship between you and someone that, you know, gets in the ring with you, you know, and fantastic. What a guy Conor is. Wow, what an energy, what a buzz. The geezer's on a different wave.
With or without alcohol?
Man, I didn't even see him drink. I know he holds a proper 12, but he's a cool cat, man. He's a very, very... listen, he's done his work. Yeah. I asked him, are you going to retire now? He said, retire. No chance. Yeah, he'd rather 100 more fights and go out in the ring, in the cage. That's his mentality. He's a warrior. He's a fighting man. He's a true Irish, hard fighting geezer. You know, fair play to him.
Who's the best heavyweight right now?
Fury. He's the one who's done everything. He hasn't been beat yet.
Usyk?
Yeah, I respect Usyk highly. I think Joshua let him work too much, to be honest. I think Chisora done a better job than Joshua. You know, so I think Fury will dominate.
Final one, obviously main event here is huge. It's Lawrence Okolie vs Chris Smith. Two fighters that have known each other. Obviously Lawrence knows Shane McGuigan, who trains Chris Smith. So what do you think happens here? He's a champion, he's coming to, you know, Chris's backyard in front of 15,000 people at the stadium. How does that fight end up?
I think it's a very entertaining fight. There's going to be a lot of grit between them because of the situation, you know, and they've been in camp together, they know each other, they're getting it on for real, you know, and there's going to be a lot of probably maliciousness in there, I would say. So I think it's going to be a great fight to tune into. I've got a lot of respect for Chris and I've got a lot of respect for Lawrence. So what could I see happening? I could see Chris not finding his target correctly, and two ways. Either Chris outworks him because Lawrence likes breathers and hanging on for dear life in parts of his fighting, which, you know, I don't hate on. He gets by doing it, you know, and he nullifies people's work, so that's a good thing. But if Chris knows what he's going to do, I think he could keep his feet and outwork him, or Lawrence is going to walk him onto one of them big stiff shots. But like I said, Chris knows that he's got that, so I don't think so. And I just think it's going to be a bit of a... It could be really entertaining or it's going to be really messy. You know what I mean? But listen, whoever's going to want it the most takes it. I think Chris has been doing great. He's had some great fights recently. Lawrence has just come back with a boring stink-out fight. But can he make it right for this fight? Did he need that? Yeah, I think maybe he did. So hopefully we see the best of both of them.
Tommy, appreciate a little bit of your time, and yeah, best of luck on Saturday night. We've got the press conference tomorrow, we've got the weigh-in here in Bournemouth on the pier, everything's happening on the pier. If anyone wants to come, it's open to the public, and yeah, let's see what you can show us on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely, come down, it's going to be a buzz. Tune in, Bournemouth, baby.
Tommy Welch, IFL TV, thank you very much.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,